flex right stack, 394 dragon smoke, kill, turbo, suffer right. Y2, green right off nasty, power 2, Y2, the X base
Welcome back in the huddle. It's your boy Scott Stauber here in the last week before the playoffs. How you doing today?
Some bull crap. Some bull crap, man. But we're gonna get into it, man. You know how fantasy go.
Hey, any given week, anything
Bruh,
can happen.
every time I play you or Eamon, it's always some bull with my roster, man. Like, y'all my kryptonite, dog, and I hate it. I hate it.
I can't take too much credit for that because your team just really imploded. Like that was really had to be the lowest scoring game we had all year.
Bruh, like, what the... Like, come on now. We in a playoff push right now. It
I'm
is
gonna
what it
take
is,
that.
though. You
I'm gonna
can
take that.
take that, man. I know it
Needed
better
that one.
not be like that this week, though.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that. I saw some funny things about that. It's gonna be an interesting discussion. But so let's go over some quick news. We got some good stuff to go over today in this episode. So let's go over some quick news. Now your boy Tank Dell, your
Oh
pride
my,
and joy.
bruh. As a receiver guru, I'm hurt for that man, but I hate D'Amico, dog. Like, what the hell was he thinking?
Yeah, that was a dumb move. Put him on the line
Oh,
like that. That was real dumb.
so dumb, dog. Like, you could have put any other receiver because he's the smallest guy on the field 90% of the time. Like, why is he on a
Yeah,
power play?
yeah.
Come on, bro.
I
Come on,
mean, he
bro.
could have been there to maybe match the play. Defense probably thought maybe it could be a pass too because
But
he's
they
on the
were on the
field.
1 yard line. What the hell you need to mask?
I'm trying to get the man some credit.
Well,
But
you could credit him for the injury. That's about it.
yeah, yeah, facts. That wasn't gonna hurt Chase, and I got Chase this week too, so right on time. And then you got Eamon this week, and he just lost Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, man, I
Well,
tried to.
maybe
Man, I don't think he's gonna play. He shouldn't. That's
me neither.
that injury looked bad. Like, I, I, I like the Jags too. I
Yeah.
do like them, and they lost Christian Kirk
hmm
out with a few. It was just a bad game for them injury wise, and
Yeah.
it's just been the way the season's going. Christian Kirk is out a few weeks with a core injury. That's gonna hurt Quan, but not really. Um,
I mean, I thought I saw ETN left the game too and came back in this
yeah,
Sunday as well. So I mean, it was a bad game, and
yeah,
it rained a lot everywhere in the country. So a lot of games just rained out, which didn't help at all.
right.
And the Jets went ahead and released Tim Boyle. Smart move.
Zach Wilson is gonna start
But hold on,
apparently,
didn't I hear that they asked him to start at first, and he
and
was like, nah.
he
He's like, nah, I'm good,
yeah,
bro.
right. And I would feel the same way, but I wouldn't say that because
He does
you two,
money.
yeah, get this money. Like, I don't know. I want him to succeed, but I think he's gonna have to pull a Geno at this point.
But I feel like they asked him, and he said, nah. And then somebody in the background said, hey, bro, that's a bad look. And then later on, they said he's excited about starting now. It's
It's
like,
a bad look because the report came out. That's why
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
bad look. Like, it didn't stay in house. Like, I can respect it if like you honest with your coach and you like, bro, like you see what I'm dealing with. Like, it's not all on Zach Wilson. They got a horrible offensive line. Like,
mm,
and that, like, so what can you really do? The run game hasn't really been there all season. And you
hmm
got Dalvin Cook and Brees. Like, so what are you really giving him? He played his best game against the Chiefs, but a broken clock is right twice a day. So
yeah. We'll see how he does. Um, Hopefully, not too good. I think he snatched him up as well. So
yeah, and I tried to block him. I picked up Zappy
I saw that.
because
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, I saw you pick up Zappy. I was like, ain't no way this dude needs Zappy. He doing this as a block man.
yeah, man, I'm
Smart. It was smart.
chess moves, man. We play chess.
Yeah. Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
then you got
And
Ramondre Stevenson is out, high ankle sprain. I don't think that's gonna hurt Quan either, man. This man
fire.
roster is fire, bro. Like,
Fire.
like come on now. You got Saquon back off a bye week, so it don't really matter too much at that point.
Yeah, he's putting up numbers. I don't think it's gonna hurt him too much neither.
Right.
But injuries are happening left and right. So once that depth starts going away, it may hurt him towards the end of the playoffs. If somebody gets injured for him. But
Yeah.
right now he's fine.
Right.
Derek Hart has a concussion, he has shoulder injury, and I think something else.
That boy a rag doll.
But I'm hearing that he might still play if he passes the concussion protocol.
Right.
So I don't know. I picked up Jameis. I'm hoping that he doesn't play so I can just throw Jameis. He's good for either
Right, throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's right. He may put up 80 points. He may put up 10. I mean, I don't know, but at this point, I need all of it. So
Right.
if he starts, I might just throw him in there.
Right.
Kenny Pickett's out for Eamon again. So Eamon lost Pickett and Trevor Lawrence.
But he got Wilson.
Yeah, he got Wilson. That won't really be anything good for him.
Right.
And DTR still out.
Yeah. I'm tired of the Browns.
Yeah.
Bro, like, how many times you got to be put out the game? Like, I don't know, man. But Flacco played decent.
So let me ask you this question. So Flacco came in, I wouldn't say he balled out, but he had a solid performance.
Mm-hmm.
And then they immediately put him on practice squad again.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out, well, if you see he's doing this well, at the very least, he's the backup now to DTR.
Mm-hmm.
So why put him on the practice squad? So I'm wondering if that was like a money move, or they had put him there to save some coin,
right,
for the week, so his weekly paycheck is less.
It's smaller.
Yeah. Right. But I think that after his performance and seeing what he did compared to what DTR did, I mean, you got to start him again next week.
Right. The Browns are being the Browns. That's why I'm tired of talking about them. Like, they just can't get right, regardless of whatever situation. Like, I knew when they picked up Deshaun, he was never going to be the same. Like, and then I don't know. Like, can you really root for him? Like, you really asking your fan base to root for that man? And so yeah, I don't know. The Browns are the Browns at this point.
But they then they get somebody else on defense back. The cornerback. What's his name?
Denzel Ward.
It was a Ward. He just came back. So I mean, their defense is poised for the playoffs. If they can get Flacco to go in there and just be regular.
Right. If they could get Flacco to manage the game and give the ball to Jerome Ford, they would be all right. I'm tired of them splitting carries. Like, it just makes zero sense. Like, I get it if Kareem Hunt is third. I can't even see third down because Jerome Ford is catching the pill the same way and is more explosive. So I don't get it. I don't know. Questions are there.
Yeah, and lastly, Christian Watson's out with a hamstring injury. Did they
And
say
I
how long
called
he's
it
out
last
for?
week. I don't know, but I called it last week that he was going to have a good game. Like, he's just been peaking.
He did.
I think if he stops getting these hamstring injuries, like, next year he's going to be a receiver to look out for because he has all the tools. Dude is like 6'3" and a speed demon. Like, Jesus
But
Christ.
you can't really escape hamstring injuries. Once you get them shits once, it's like it's there forever.
He just needs some new legs, is what I heard.
Right. Facts. So I mean, but again, he's out this week, and I got Chase. So I mean, rest. Go ahead and rest. Take all the time you need. Right. Exactly. All right. So Skylar and I want to get into something real fun this week. It was Skylar's idea.
My idea.
So we wanted to get into a little thing we want to do here where we want to rank the fantasy GMs in the league from 10 to 1. I wouldn't say 10 to 1 and not from worst to best because it's not like everybody in the league is garbage. We had this league has been 13 years now, so we have a pretty good solid some pretty solid guys in this league to where the difference between the rankings is not that big. I mean, I don't know about you, but I had from 1 to 3 was pretty easy, and then number 10 was easy, and then from like 4 to 9 was pretty much kind of like
pick and choose.
Yeah, yeah. It's not really a big difference.
Mhm.
Um,
So who's your number one? Or you
so
want to
it's- what-
start with last first?
yeah, let's go from 10 to 1. So
I'm 10.
so
I've never made the playoffs in this league. I
you put yourself
always,
10.
yes, bro. I always draft poorly. I have bad performances. I
Well, hold on,
really,
hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. So you're looking at yourself. You're looking at your rankings as just how you perform in this league, and not how you do fancy overall.
correct.
So I did fancy overall.
Oh, if it's overall, we're going to have to make some changes to this list.
Because I was like, everybody in this league. I'm in multiple leagues with everybody except for BK. Was it BK, Chris, and like Clarence? So I see you could be bad in this league and have not a good performance in this league. I can see you killing it in another league. So I give you some credit.
Well,
Like you're not horrible. You're just having a bad time in my league.
I mean, I've only been in this league, what, 5 years? So
Dance 5 quick years.
5 quick years, man. But yeah, I don't know. I stuck to this league just pretty much just predominantly because in my league it's a basically you betting for your player in the draft. There's no keepers, and then in the dynasty league, you get what you get when you pull a new team, and so it takes years. It's like a franchise, like you don't see until
Okay.
3 or 4 years later. But this is literally like year to year with a couple keepers. Like
Okay.
I feel like you get a more opportunities to change your team.
All right. So that's fair. So you put yourself as 10. Wow. So your list is probably gonna look a lot different than mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I've never made the playoffs in this. I got a lot of bad luck, and I draft poorly, and I don't know why. Like I distinctly remember being at your house for the draft, and Andrew Luck retiring.
oh
Like,
yeah.
and I was just like, yo, and like I think Mario had just drafted him or something. I think
No,
Mario
it
had
was
just,
Quan. It was Quan.
well, yeah, bro. And I was sitting there like, this ain't gonna be a good year at all. And I came in 10th or 9th. Like, so that's my 10. I'm going with myself. Who's your
Okay.
10?
So my 10 is Chris, and I say this because Chris has actually won the league, so I give him that
Right,
one. But I think that I don't think Chris is a bad GM. I just think Chris is too busy to pay attention
right.
as much as he needs to in this
In
league.
season, right.
Yeah.
I
To
have him at. I agree. I have him at 10. He's won ships, but he's either good or horrible. Like he's either winning or he's 9th or 10th.
yeah, and
Historically.
right, and he's only won once, so it's historically he's not the 10th. Actually, I think he got
No,
second one.
he got fifth. He got fifth a couple of times.
Oh, he did.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Since I've joined the league, it's been mostly bad. But like they said in The Wire, the old days is the old days.
Right. So I mean, like I said, I'm in multiple leagues with people in this league. So I've been in leagues with Ray and Chase and Eamon for like almost a decade now. So I have
Hmm.
a lot of historical information. So for
Okay.
number nine, I put BK, and only because he's
Hmm.
new. He's new to the league. I haven't really felt him out completely on how he
Pause.
maneuvers. Pause. He he's solid. So I'm not gonna say BK some shits. BK's solid from what I can see
Okay.
so far. But
Okay.
but I went back to how you perform in this league, how you perform in the other leagues that I'm in there in with you,
Hmm.
and looking at your historical data, like your trophies as well.
Hmm.
How many chips you actually won, how many trophies you had total, and how many first place trophies you had.
Right.
So, he has 6 trophies total, 2 first place. I don't know that what year what goes back to, but I put him at 9 only because he's just new. I don't have anything bad to say against him. Just I know
Okay.
everybody else more, so I had to put him somewhere.
Right. Chris was my 9.
So you got an 8.
Uh, I got Clarence at 8.
I do too. So
Yeah.
actually, all right. So why you have him at 8?
Um, it was between him or BK. BK is 7, so it was like I'm unfamiliar with the territory of BK, but also I've looked at Clarence's record historically, and it's
Hmm.
like you're not middle of the pack, but you could be.
Right.
But you're like kind of bottom tier, like where you pan out in the season. And just looking at this year, that's typically how it's just played out.
So Clarence is like an active Chris.
Which is so. So if you want to say that, then you should put Clarence at 10. There's
No,
nothing
I'm
worse
saying-
than trying and losing. It's nothing worse than trying to lose. You said it, not me.
What I mean by that is like
Stand on it.
he's 1-1 like Chris,
Mm-hmm.
and he's usually middle of the pack or lower middle of the pack, but he just kind of stays there. And Chris will probably be
The same.
6-7 if he paid attention more and actually made more roster moves. So I mean, like, but what I like about Clarence though is Clarence actually engages with
Right.
us. So he'll reach out to us and via text, and he'll make a comment here and there, and I can appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
I
I
agree.
mean, you can lose this, but still be involved, which is what I
Right.
appreciate. So
Right.
I'm gonna get Clarence more involved in everything that we do as well.
Absolutely.
So that was number 8, right? So my number
Yeah.
7 was okay. So this is let me caveat this. Like I said, 4 through 9 was tough.
It is tough.
So number 7, he's not gonna be number 7, but I'm gonna say that Mario is the most improved player that I've played with in multiple leagues. Because Mario now pays more attention. He's less stubborn when it comes to Falcons players.
Mm-hmm.
He makes better draft picks. He makes better roster moves. So he's definitely climbing up the ranks. I had to put him somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
but Mario only has 2 trophies total.
Right.
Say no first place trophies, just 2 trophies total. So he had to go somewhere. But it's not a dig at Mario. Like I said, this list for 49 was tough, but I had Mario at 7.
Okay. I had BK at 7.
Okay.
I had BK at 7 for the reason I stated earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
But Mario moving up fast.
I have Mario higher up on my list, so it's interesting you
I
say
see.
that.
Yeah,
I have him higher.
I'm interested to see he a top 5 bar.
Um,
All right, so
who'd
go
you have
ahead.
at 6? We're on 6, right?
Yeah, we're on 6. All right, so 6 for me is a guy who I say he's always a bridesmaid, never a bride, and that's Quan.
I have him at 6 too. I have him at 6 too.
Quan is always top of the pack. He always kills it during the season.
And then playoff time.
The playoffs come and then just tanks. Either
Yeah.
a bad decision or like
Mhm.
that one year, I think it was in Dynasty where he played the wrong QB.
Yes.
They went off. I think that's what Aaron Rodgers, I think it was, and went off on his bench. And it's like, but he's always there. Like I think
Right.
Quan has a lot of top 3 finishes because he's always there. He
Right.
just can't seem to finish it. Like I see he got 6 trophies, but no first place trophies because he's never finishes that. I think Quan may get a trophy in first place, and he may just retire.
Right. I would. You got to go on top.
right.
Leave on a make at that point.
So why'd you put him at 6?
For the same reasons, man. I feel like this year's like, if he doesn't finish, like looking at his roster, he should win. To
Yeah.
be quite honest with you, like, but I know how it gets in the playoffs where everything's clicking and you get into a game and all it takes is one
Mhm.
bad week.
Mhm.
Waddle get hurt, or Hill get hurt, or Tua get hurt. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so I don't.
So speaking of that, real quick, I want to go on a quick tangent. I was thinking about the idea of making the championship a 2-week championship because some leagues had that where you can have that 2 weeks in the championship, so you can I think you get the average or the total of both weeks to allow you to, because that last week something may happen. Maybe you're
Mhm.
killing it all year, and then that last game all of a sudden your team implodes. But the next week there's some players that go off again, so you may have an opportunity to have. How you feel about that?
I think
It's different.
I think it's interesting, but I don't think that would pass.
I mean,
I would vote. I would vote yes on it just because I need to validate the championship. Like, for instance, last week, ain't no way in hell you're gonna have 3 players that ain't never scored that many points do that shit again. Or in Dynasty when Burrow like couldn't even finish the game and that was the championship. Like I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
no opportunity and I think that was dumb. So like I would say validate your ship. Like
Mhm.
combine the points from 2 weeks and let's call it a day.
Yeah. I don't know if Yahoo can do that. I probably got to do it an off-platform way of doing that. I don't know how that'll work. But anyway, but either way, I thought it was an interesting idea towards the championship because for all the reasons you just said, like a lot of fluke stuff happens in that week, and you be
Right.
feeling it all year, and all of a sudden that 1 week, people get injured or somebody just
Right.
doesn't play, and, But anyway, we'll get back to that later. So yeah, who we got at 5?
Mario. I had him at 5. Like his
Okay.
improvement is well recognized, and I
It
see
is.
that.
It is.
I see that.
And I can respect that, and he'll probably like that better than him. You're now a better friend than I am.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Marvin, if you want to invite me over to Drake and drink, you got the house. I'm more than glad to come over.
So for 5, I put you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say like for you, and kind of like Mario, in the same instance, like you in the beginning, you did have those weeks where like or those years where you drafting bad and making bad moves, but as of late, especially talking to you now in the podcast, especially we talk about things all the time. You can hear the ideas, you can hear the mindset, you can hear the progression, you can hear where your thoughts are going towards certain players in certain situations. I can tell that your IQ, your fantasy IQ, has improved since we started playing. What you said 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think I just started caring more. Like
Yeah,
I was doing way more 5 years ago, like running the
true.
streets, so I did not give a goddamn. I was about these bitches and all of that. So yeah, I could see that. But
And like I said,
um
I do all this as well from like other leagues. So we're in the auction league together, and you've won that league what 2 or 3 times, but not even that. You've been like top 3 like almost every year,
mhm.
and and even though it's auction league, you still got to know
You
what you're
still got
doing.
right.
Yeah, it's a different type of league, but you still got to know what you're doing.
And then in Dynasty, like look where I brought my team from. We're not gonna finish well this year, but like I think each league is so different and like the people I'm in the league with, like I have to, draft around where my position is with other people. Like if I get the number 1 pick this year,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to know like I didn't draft well this year. Looking back on the draft in this league, T. Higgins, like Eckler, but they're good picks when you come off a season where you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, but it turns out that those dudes ain't hitting for me, or so. Yeah, I don't know. I can sit at 5. I'm comfortable with that.
How about 4? Who's your number 4?
Eamon,
I got Eamon too.
Eamon at 4. Um, he's always a tough out, like, and I think he just
Yeah,
be quietly, subtly making moves, and he drafts well. Like he drafts pretty well, and it's like nothing that's gonna catch your eye, but it's like solid. Like, okay, I can see where you're going with this.
yeah. Eamon is super fucking analytical. Eamon will tell you, not only like
Or like,
yards or catches. He'll tell you shit like what they had for breakfast, like what kind of socks they was wearing. Like even though it's all that shit, he puts all that shit into play into how he drafts and how he does roster moves. And
and
yeah,
then I see like he does like with the something that I didn't pay too much attention to, like the defensive players who like return. He
mhm,
does that. Like he does that well. I think Nixon went off like 1 week or something like that, or like I just like the way he goes about drafting his players, and then it's always
yeah,
like has a good foundation. Like there's nothing like over the top, but it gets the job done, and I
yeah. And if
respect that.
you ever tried to trade with Eamon, like you can just tell.
Yeah,
He'll run that shit down for you, like like Ray talks stats, but Eamon talks like stats, like
yeah,
like an
right.
encyclopedia type one. And he has what 8 trophies, and he has 4 first place trophies, and he won the league. He won the league twice actually. So
Hmm.
you gotta give him his props.
Yeah.
So for me, the top three was pretty easy. I don't know how do you struggle with it at all?
No, I didn't. Who you have at 3?
So so 3 I have Ray, and
Oh, okay. I want to hear why 3.
so it's not a dig at Ray. Ray, I've been in leagues. I've been in this league, auction league, dynasty. We were in a league with Rob's cousin. I was in his league actually at one point in time too. I've been in several leagues with Ray for like the past decade and a half. It seems like um, Ray's super solid. Ray knows his shit. Nothing bad to say against Ray. It just came down to him, me, and Chase.
Yeah,
I just had to decide. So I would say, looking at trophies, right? Looking at trophies, you gotta just be ridiculous. Like trophies wise, between Ray, Chase, and myself compared to the rest of the league, it's just ridiculous. So Ray has 23 trophies overall.
I do want to say I came from ESPN, so my trophies is not accurate. Thank you. I have more than that. I've won my
I had,
league 4 times out of the 7
but
years it's been active, 7 or 8.
but see, that's the thing though. I'll get to that point in a second. But Ray Ray knows his shit, and I'll give him that. Ray absolutely knows his shit, and
Hmm.
he said some things to me this year that he's proved me wrong a few times this year. Like Pacheco, I didn't think Pacheco was gonna have a big year. He actually had a pretty
Hmm.
good year, pretty solid year. Um, so I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing bad. It's just to me it was just having hit in the top 3 was easy
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
compared to the rest of the league.
I had Chase at 3.
Mm.
I had Chase at 3. Um, I think I got a little biased. I don't know. Like, so like I'll say this: between 2 and 3 were super close for me between my picks, but I'll say I feel like they could be interchangeable. My 2 and 3,
Okay.
and I think my 1 is pretty clear. I think Chase puts together really good teams, and like he
Mm.
literally like pays attention to each position carefully. And I think
Yeah.
people overlook some positions, like especially defense.
Mm.
He really locks in on that and always picks like as many years as I've been in this league, like he'll draft the first defensive guy a lot of times, and it'll be like, what? Like, okay, and it pans out, or a
Mm.
rookie that we ain't heard of, or something like that. But he's usually really tapped in, and I always like how he drafts, so I have him at 3.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Our top 3 is a little different.
Yeah,
So who you got 2 then?
for all the shit that I talk about, Ray, and it's kind of interesting. Whenever I talk to Ray about like fantasy or something like that, I'll be like, "What the
Mm.
hell are you talking about, Ray?" Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
he just be wrong on a lot of things, but he be right about a lot of things. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he's very hit or miss, but he be hitting a lot. You only hit the shots you make, and
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about how he plays fantasy and like strategy wise. Like he's always on the ball with a player getting hurt. He gonna pick up that next dude up, and I like
Yeah.
that because he's
Yeah.
paying attention, and that makes you want to play. It makes you want to be more invested. So yeah, I think shout out
Ray will get like 4 or 5 quarterbacks too, and be able to make some solid trades to keep
right
his team better. Because Ray
and
getting the quarterbacks quick,
right,
real
and
quick.
that is how you should play. Like you should
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
not let your opponent outbeat you or outmove you. Like
Mm.
that is a part of the game in real life and
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
fantasy. Like I'm not gonna let somebody get a best player off a free agency because I want to be nice. Like I'm gonna pick man's up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely. It's the defensive moves is the best move sometimes.
right.
Um, I put myself as number 2, and
Hmm.
Ray and I both won this league twice. He has 23 trophies and 13 first place finishes. I have 22 and 10 first place finishes. But I will say that, like you said, my trophies didn't all um have it are not all in the picture because Yahoo got hacked, and so I had to change my email address like 2 or 3 times. So
Hmm.
my trophies are only from like 2014, whereas in Ray's from like 2007. So If I
Y'all
include my
old.
if I include my trophies from like 2007, I mean I'd probably be somewhere in the 30s or something. So I was killing it as well between between that.
You
So
had a lot of free time on your hands.
it was just fantasy comes easy to me sometimes. So it's not even that like it's difficult. And it's not even like I need a lot of time to do it. It's just it comes naturally sometimes. Sometimes I just
Hmm.
see the moves to make um before other people see it. And I just
Right.
make them real quick and I'm keep it moving. It's just come naturally at some point. So I was like I said some point in time I had seven leads at one point in time. I think like six went to the playoffs that year,
Yeah,
and it was
that's crazy.
it's too much. It's too much. I came down from that, but
Yeah.
um, it was it's fun. So I don't mind it, and like I said, I don't take too
Hmm.
much time because I kind of pick my players. The teams kind of look similar because some of the same. If I'm
Right.
high on somebody, I end up getting that player in like 3 4 different leagues. So
Right.
if he doesn't pan out, then it's just a shit year. If he pans out, I win trophies. But I couldn't for me I couldn't deny Chris or I'm sorry I couldn't deny Chase number one.
Hmm.
Chase has 40 trophies, 17 first place finishes. He's won my league 4 times. Um, I can't deny the man the first place finish. Like he like you said he makes the moves, the smart moves. You can see people make roster moves in season, wait for the waiver
Hmm.
wire and see where the mindset is. You have some players just pick up players left and right and then keep dropping them and they have no
Right.
idea what they're doing. And then some people who are methodically picking up players like and you can see it like, oh, okay, I see where your head's
Right.
at there. I see
Like,
why you
oh
picked
damn,
like
that
that.
was good.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Yeah.
One good pickup. So I mean I give Chase and I'm in Chase in the league with Chase now. I'm in his league. I've been in his league for almost as long as my league. And right now he's in first place in his league and I'm second.
Hmm.
So it's like, and he was probably like seventh place about 3 4 weeks ago. He just climbed up slowly, slowly, slowly. So it's I've been in the leagues with him from probably about a decade or so, and like I said, Ray for so long as well. I've seen it's not even a progression. Like since the beginning of time with Chase, he's always been like that guy.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I would look at my season in my league, and I would look at my schedule when it comes out in the beginning of the year, and I determine how tough my schedule is depending on how many times I got to play Chase. If it's twice, I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be a tough year.
Right.
If I only gonna play it once, I'm like, bet it's gonna be easy. I'm in the playoffs because those two games are toss up. I play him this week. It's a toss up. I have no idea
Yeah.
how it's gonna go, but
Yeah.
he's always been solid.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I guess as a parent, you're my number one. You kind of really got me into fantasy for real. Like I was doing it like just on the side, you know. I was too much into basketball when I first started fantasy. I think I started fantasy like in 2014, like right after I graduated college and stopped hooping in college. So it was just like something to do, and I was doing more like 2K. Like I was into 2K back then. I ain't played 2K since, but no, I think you changed my mindset on how I viewed fantasy on like long versus short view. Um, and you just always a tough out. Like in every league I have, like when I gotta play you, I'm like, fuck, like
Appreciate it.
I hate that shit. But yeah, I won't go into any more details. You already my brother, so
I'm already in there. You got to convince me.
yeah,
You're already family.
yeah. So yeah, you're my number one. I think everyone in this league is a good GM though. Like if
Yeah,
everyone can has an opportunity to win it when the draft starts. I feel like, to be honest.
yeah. Every year, it's you don't know how. I mean, I would I would say one caveat though. Um, you can definitely tell the league is skewed a little bit more when we draft offline versus when we draft online.
Because you got
We
to
draft
pay
off,
attention in
you
person.
gotta pay more attention.
Yeah.
So that really shows you like who's fucking around, who's actually doing their shit. Because
Hmm.
you've been to many a drafts offline where people have a draft sheet that only goes to round 7. And after that, they're like, shit, who do I draft now? I'm like, how you going to have it's 25 rounds in this draft? You got to have 2 3 pages of
Hmm.
players to know. And I think that drafting offline separates uh those who just casually playing, those who are paying more attention, and those who
Hmm.
just kind of like joining in the fun because they want to be around some good people.
Right.
Um, but I want to get back to that. We've been offline for the past few years, and I want to get back to
Mhm.
drafting offline. I think it's a more it's definitely easier to see, easier to tell who's
Mhm.
locked in, as you would say. But I
For
think this is a
sure.
good exercise. I think that we should do it in a few more years to see if
If
hopefully we can
it's
start doing the
changed.
podcast in a few years. Start there first, and then
Right.
see a change. I think Mario will go up my list if he continues what he's doing. I think that Quan should win this year, so hopefully if he does, he'll go up my list a little bit.
Right.
Um,
If if he loses this year, it
if
would
he
be a
loses,
crying
he's
shame.
going down. If Quan loses this year, then Mario's gonna leapfrog him just off the GP. Like Mario's gonna go above Quan
Damn.
because you
I get that. I get that. I feel
gotta
this.
be a bride, bro.
You
You gotta be a
you
bride.
gotta be. Gotta be.
The time is now, bro. You're getting too old.
Your best years are looking behind you.
Right.
Like I said, the old days is the old days.
Yeah. We'll see though. But so let's piggyback off of that. Before we get to our picks this week, we wanted to talk about the playoffs, considering this is the last week before the playoffs, and we have some teams, including myself, on the bubble trying to get in there. I'm more of a long shot, but things are kind of getting a little muddy now with these injuries. So we wanted to go over some of these quick. I think from ranks 4 to 8 are still all undecided. Only people that's clinched is
Mhm.
you, Quan, and Ray.
Mhm.
And so it looks like I believe Mario is 7 to 6. Mario, Chase, and I believe Eamon. Is Eamon 7 to 6 or Eamon 6 and 7? Eamon is 7 to 6. Yeah. Mario, Chase, and Eamon are all 7 to 6. So they all win this week, then they're all in. But Eamon plays you with no Trevor Lawrence and no Kenny Pickett.
Hey, look, he got karma on his side. He always beats me on some fluke, like my quarterback will get hurt, or his players that have never had a big game go off, or my players don't play well. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count him out. To be
Not
honest,
counting anybody out. Right.
all of this is a coin, like it's a coin toss.
It
Like
really is. It really
that.
is.
So that speaks to like the list that we're having from like the
Yeah.
GMs. Like there's no real disparity aside Chris. Like,
Mhm.
well, I won't say that, but there's no great disparity among majority of the teams, and I
Yeah.
think that's a sign of a good league, where
Yeah.
it's not top heavy or bottom heavy. You know what I mean? Where there's only
Yeah.
3 good teams and everybody else is like losing records. Like for the most part, records are all similar because each team is good. Like you got to
Yeah.
come to play.
Yeah. I completely agree. And because of that, it's just like the rankings are so close and the points are so close that
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to say. I mean, from 4 to 8 can really go anyway. Like I
Mm-hmm.
only have a few scenarios we want to go over today, but I mean, there's a lot more scenarios that can be created once you start looking at points and trying to figure out who has more points than who and who can get more points this particular
Right.
week. I mean, it's just a lot more scenarios, but I was just on the basic level, just saying that Mario, Chase, and Eamon, if they win, they're in, and then that's that. That'd be the end of it. But
Yeah.
then, like, if Eamon loses to you, and I play Chase this week, and I beat Chase, then now Eamon's 7 to 7, Chase is 7 to 7, I'm 7 to 7,
You
and
just
then
got to score out.
right, but then Mario plays Clarence, so and Clarence beat Mario. I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, Clarence beat Mario. Then they're both 7 to 7, so it's like we're back to square one again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, if you beat Eamon and then Mario beats Clarence, then Eamon will be 7 to 7, and then Clarence will be 6 and 8, so he'll be out.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I just outscore Chase by like 50 or some points, I'll be the player. I couldn't tell you which rank I'll be. I'll probably like 50 or 70. Who knows where I'll be at within
Right.
the point, because it depends on points. But I could be in there. But I have to wait. Those losses will have to happen. Plus me scoring some points. So I mean, it's a long shot for me, but it's not
It's still
out
a
of the realm of
shot.
possibility.
Yeah.
Right. Because
It's
Chase is
still a
hurting
shot.
too, because he just lost Christian Watson and he lost somebody else. He lost. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's a little wounded. But like I said before, Chase is always that guy where I'm like, fuck, I gotta play Chase again.
Right.
So who knows? And then if Clarence beats Mario and scores enough points, like he's in. Like it's his path to get in is easier than mine. All he has to do is beat Mario and score some points.
Score some
Whereas
points.
scoring the points is hard, but I have to score points and I have to win and I have to get some losses from other people for me to get in. So my path to get in there is a lot harder.
The playoff push is real, man.
Yeah, it's getting tough and it's fun. I like it this way. I like how it is. I can't remember the last time the last 4 spots were undecided in the last week of the playoffs. Usually it's like the last 2 spots are undecided, but
yeah,
the last 4 is really like wow. Or was last 3 spots is really like wow. Usually it's like the 6th spot. That's usually kind of like find out who's gonna get that last spot. Right. But yeah, so I mean, who you think gonna make it though? I mean, we had
after last week, I feel like last week was like a really like a real big disruption to my prediction.
Right.
So I'm not saying nothing because the fantasy guys whooped my ass last week, like bad. So I'm not saying nothing.
Well, you have to. We have to go through these picks so we can tell me who these picks are, and we're gonna find out who you believe going to the playoffs.
So let's get into these picks.
All right. So last week, I think we both had the same picks for everybody.
No, did I?
Because we both picked you. We both picked Chase over Ray.
Yeah.
We both picked Teeman over Clarence. We both picked Quan over BK, and then Mario over Chris. And only ones we got was Quan and Mario. Everything else we got wrong.
Yeah, and it's crazy because all the teams that were supposed to win like projected points did win except for me, and I think it was, I can't remember, but all the upper tier teams won, but me. So
yeah, the game against you was a little wild. I think DK heard you you traded him away. He was like fuck you, and he put up numbers.
Yeah, man. I stand on what I did, DK. But I'm hurting now without the receiver. But I like that trade still for me. But
yeah. I mean, we'll see how it pans out. So you're 24-11. I'm 22-13. I thought about going against you this week just to try to even the score up, but I mean, at this point, I'm just picking the teams that I need to lose so I can get in there. I'm putting it down in the atmosphere. I'm just speak on it. Hopefully, it just happens that way.
I mean, I think you win this week.
It's possible. It's possible.
I think you win this week.
I got Kyler Murray on the bench though. I mean, he's not on the bench, but he's it's a bye week, so that second quarterback may make or break me. But so start for our picks. So for the first game, me and Chase, I got myself. Of course.
Okay.
I need that win.
Well.
Okay.
I'll pick you as well.
I just need that. I'm just going. This is what I need. This is what I need. And then for BK and Ray, I got Ray.
I got Ray as well, but I can see BK winning. Like I was looking at his team's matchups. I think it'll be a good game. Actually, I don't think it will be too crazy, but I can also see Ray just going off, his team going off again. But
so I mean, it doesn't really matter for him because at this point, Ray in first round bye regardless. I guess the only thing that matters is for you and Eamon. I'm sorry, you and Quan.
Yeah,
going for that second round. That second spot for first round bye. He's 9-4 and you're 8-5. So I mean, but you have him. No, he has you by points by a little bit.
Yeah.
Damn, so.
Last week really hurt.
Last week really hurt you.
Like I would have been okay if like the loss was like a tangible loss where I still scored a decent amount of points, but I scored nothing. Like, oh man.
And I mean I knew you would hurt because I ain't hear from you all week.
Oh, bro, I've been busy for getting ready for St. Croix.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man.
I ain't gonna bug him. He's probably mad right now. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him alone. So I got with Mario and Clarence. I got Mario game of the week.
Yeah, I got Mario as well. I like his matchups.
So I put it as game of the week because, like I said, if Clarence wins, he's in.
Yeah,
If he wins and scores some points, he's in. So I mean, like, it's for me. I don't want to put me as game of the week because it was. If I win, that still means nothing. Nothing else happens. So it's kind of like I'm the second game of the week, I guess you could say. But yeah, no, I got Mario, and I got Mario going to the playoffs.
yeah. I have him going to the playoffs as well.
So then, so Quan and Chris, of course, we got Quan.
I'm picking Eamon. I need the fantasy guys to get back on my side. I'm gonna pick somebody else other than me.
Oh, so you could pick them again. So trying to do my thing now.
Yeah, I need that to work this week. I got to try something different.
So the problem is for you is that that Quan is gonna beat Chris.
Right.
So you
So
have
it's
to
not
win
really.
your game, and you have to score 100 points more than him in order to get back into second place.
And I don't see that happening.
So that may be a long shot. I mean, I need about 50 to overcome. 100 points is gonna be a lot.
Man, that's what I'm saying. I'm picking Eamon. The fantasy guys got to hold me down.
Well, I got you over Eamon again because I need you to beat him. So
Oh
I
man.
need you to win. So I mean, so by your picks, then you're saying that Mario's going to the playoffs over
Yep.
Clarence,
Yep.
and then you have me over Chase, and you over Eamon.
I didn't
So
say
then
it, y'all.
you
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
it.
it.
No, you didn't say it. But technically, you over Eamon. So if that happens, then I might be in there. So you kind of have me in the playoffs. Inadvertently, you're saying you have me in the playoffs, and I appreciate the love.
All I'm saying is I pick Eamon. I'm staying on the path.
Man, it's gonna be a tough week. It's gonna be a tough week. Get your popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready. Heading into the playoffs. We'll see it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, that's all we got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Good luck in the playoff match or the matches before the playoffs this week. And we'll catch y'all next week in the huddle.
Holla, we out.
Gun, flex right stack, 394 Dragon Smoke.